The Savannah does not whisper. It roars. Under the golden swell of dawn, the grasslands stretch like a sea of fire-kissed blades. Acacia trees cast long, fractured shadows, trembling in the breath of the wind. Dust curls over the earth like a ghost awakening. This is a land shaped by heat, forged by hunger and ruled by blood. In the heart of this realm walk the kings, not crowned by ceremony, but by the scars etched into their hides and the earth they have conquered. Here, dominance is earned, and survival is a war fought with every breath. On the eastern edge of the Mara, a coalition stirs in the dim hush before daylight. They are not yet legends, but their names are already murmured by frightened prey and watchful rivals. 4 brothers, born from the same womb, forged in the same fire. They rise from the scrub like shadows pulled from the soil, lean, taut, eyes burning with hunger and purpose. They are young but not inexperienced. They've tasted the wild's cruelty. They've been driven from their natal pride, exiled as adolescents turned to manhood. They've walked the paths of outcasts, where every step is a lesson in survival, and every meal must be earned through cunning or force. What they lack in size they possess in unity, a bond thicker than blood, carved in the struggle to live. Their names are known only to each other. To the Savannah, they are simply a threat. The first, scarred across the muzzle, leads with quiet, fury. The second, the largest, moves like a storm restrained. The third, lithe and sharp-eyed, is the scout, the ghost who sees before others do. The fourth, youngest, carries the recklessness of youth and a desperate need to prove himself. They've been tracking a rival male for days, an aging king who rules over a small pride nestled between the Talek River and the southern escarpment. His territory is fertile, rich with prey and shaded glades. But more importantly, it holds lionesses, the gatekeepers of legacy. To the young coalition, his pride represents not just food and shelter, but the future. But to take it, they must challenge a warrior hardened by seasons of blood. The day begins with silence. Then a low rumble in the distance, the grunt of a warthog, the chatter of baboons warning from their perches. Vultures turn slow circles above, always watching, always waiting. The brothers move like wind-stirred flame, low to the ground, muscles rippling beneath golden coats. They are not hunting prey today. They are hunting a king. The lone male is massive. His mane is dark, almost black at the edges, a crown woven from ash and time. His body is scarred, heavy with the burden of battles past. He moves with the deliberate patience of one who knows he has something to lose. His territory is his legacy, and in this moment, he senses the threat in the air. He lifts his head. His nose flares. The wind carries scent, unfamiliar, young, bold. He growls, not loud, just enough. A warning, a promise. That night the brothers arrive at the edge of his world. The stars blaze above, constellations written in ancient fire. The pride is restless. The lionesses know the scent too. The cubs are tucked away. The air thrums with tension. Then, it begins. A roar breaks the silence, deep, challenging. It cuts through the night like a blade through silk. The old king responds, his roar shaking the dust off the trees, echoing into eternity. The land listens, the hyenas still. The elephants pause. In the distance, the brothers fan out. The fight does not start with violence. It begins with presence, with the posturing of warriors in the dark. But posturing turns quickly to pursuit. The coalition drives forward in a line of fury, charging into the king's realm like an avalanche. The king meets them, not with fear, but fire. The clash is brutal. Dust explodes, roars tear through the air, teeth sink into flesh, claws rake muscle. The old king fights like a god defying his own demise, targeting the weakest brother, the fourth, driving him to the ground. But the coalition is relentless. 3-on-1 is not a fair battle, and this is not a fair land. In minutes that feel like lifetimes, the old lion is brought low. He doesn't flee. He stands until his legs fail him, until the weight of time and enemies becomes too much. He collapses not in surrender but in exhaustion. He fought. That is what matters. The fourth brother limps away, bleeding but alive. His pride swells. He knows now. He can endure. He belongs. As the night stretches on, the territory is claimed. The brothers stand atop the ridge, surveying the prize. Below them the lionesses watch, silent. The cubs are hidden still. The coalition's presence means only one thing to them, a test of survival. The future of the pride hangs on a choice. Infanticide. It is nature's cruel law. New males kill the cubs of their predecessors to force the females back into estrus, to sow their own bloodline. It is not evil. It is instinct. And in the savannah, legacy is written in the survival of your offspring. The next dawn is red. The cubs are found. The lionesses resist young as they always do, but the brothers are firm. The ritual is savage, unforgiving, but in its violence lies a brutal order. By midday the past has been erased, and the future begins anew. The lionesses mourn, but they also accept. Their survival depends on this. Their new rulers are strong, unified, capable of defending them from the chaos that always lurks just beyond the horizon. Jackals, hyenas, nomads. The world is full of takers. The brothers settle in. Days turn to weeks. The wounds from the takeover heal and the pride breathes into a rhythm of routine. The coalition mates with the lionesses, marking a new generation before it is even conceived. But peace is always temporary in the wild. Beyond the ridge, in the low valleys and burnt grasslands, another force gathers. Rogues, young males, driven from their own homes. Their manes are thin, their stomachs lean, but their eyes shine with the same fire that once burned in the brothers. They smell what the wind carries, the scent of power, of new kings ripe for challenge. They do not yet know fear, and that makes them dangerous. The coalition senses it. Their roars stretch farther. Patrols grow longer. Borders are marked with aggression. But age is creeping in. The fourth brother, once reckless, now walks with a limp that never fully healed. The scout is leaner, more cautious. The eldest carries a deep scar along his flank, a reminder of the old king, the one who refused to fall quietly. The fire in their veins still burns, but it flickers, faint, fading. The savannah is patient, it remembers everything. The wind carries more than scent. It carries prophecy. From the west, it sweeps across scorched plains and broken trails, curling around termite mounds and over the bones of the fallen. It whispers through the fever trees, brushes against the mane of the lion who sleeps on the ridge. His ears twitch, not from noise but from memory. He dreams not of triumph, but of teeth. The coalition has reigned for over a year. In lion time, that is eternity. They have fought off scavengers, driven away lone challengers, and held their borders with tooth and roar. The lionesses have borne their cubs, the young lives tumbling through the grass under the watchful gaze of their fathers. The cubs are strong, bold even, climbing atop the backs of their sires and pawing at their manes as if to stake their own claim. But the kings are changing. The brothers no longer rise together. They sleep farther apart. They walk in pairs. The unity that made them legends now shows fractures, not in loyalty but in strength. Their bodies are slower to heal. Their roars, while still mighty, come less often. And somewhere out there, beyond the cracked horizon, challengers gather. They are three, lean, powerful, scarred by the road of exile. They have not known comfort. Their bellies have rarely been full. They do not come from legacy. They come from hunger. Their names are not spoken. They have no need for names. Their purpose is written in their bodies, in the way they stalk, through burnt grass, avoiding confrontation until the moment is ripe, in the way they mark trees not to claim, but to declare war. In the savannah, the scent of a rival is more potent than blood. They are younger than the reigning coalition, faster. Their manes are thinner, not yet fully grown, but their jaws are strong, and their muscles fresh. They've studied the kings from afar. They've waded through storms, watched from ridgelines, memorized patrols. Now the fire in their veins demands a kingdom. Back near the heart of the territory, the eldest brother, the one with the torn muzzle, wakes from his slumber. He rises slowly, every movement weighed with the burden of battles survived. His eyes scan the tree line. The birds are silent. The light has changed. He knows. He calls, not loud, just enough. A note of warning, a note of gathering. From the tall grass, the second brother appears, then the scout. The fourth, the limper, arrives last, dragging one paw behind him, his breath wheezing in the heat. Together again for the first time in weeks. They walk the southern border. And there, claw marks on the acacia bark. Fresh. Deliberate. A challenge, left like a message scrawled in blood. The brothers pace. Their movements are more agitated now. They spray, they scrape, they roar, long into the dusk. The lionesses gather close. The cubs are pushed deeper into the thickets. A storm is coming, and every instinct in the land feels it. That night the rogues arrive. The darkness is thick, moonless. A lion's night. From three directions they approach, one from the dry riverbed, one from the termite ridge, one through the elephant trail, coordinated, calculated. The first confrontation happens near the baobab tree, a boundary marker between worlds. The scout brother sees him first. The rogue stands tall, unafraid, his mane rippling with the wind. Their eyes meet. Then the roar explodes. It is not one call, but two, then four, then five. The chorus of war. The brothers converge. The lionesses retreat. The rogues hold their ground. The fight is not immediate, not yet. Lions don't rush death. They circle it. They summon it slowly, roaring, spitting, pacing, eyes locked. Muscles ripple beneath coats streaked with dust and sweat. Then, violence. The second brother lunges. His body, once like thunder, moves, with a beat too slow. The rogue meets him, ducking low, jaws snapping toward the throat. The sound is bone meeting bone. The scout attacks from the side, claws raking the rogue's flank. But the second challenger barrels in, knocking him away. The battle breaks into chaos. The fourth brother fights with fury, but his limp betrays him. He is dragged into the dust, pinned beneath a heavier mail. Roars become growls. Growls become gasps. The eldest, torn muzzle bleeding, holds his ground against the final rogue. They grapple like titans, neither yielding, each blow a memory, each bite a prayer to the gods of survival. Dust swirls around them like smoke around a funeral pyre. But youth does not yield. The scout is driven off, bleeding, vanished, into the dark. The second brother falls, not dead, but broken, a leg shattered, his mouth flecked with foam. The fourth cannot rise, and the eldest, he stands, alone, face to face with a male half his age, blood in his mouth, rage in his eyes. They charge. The impact is savage, but the rogue is quicker, cleaner. With one brutal twist, he knocks the elder off his feet. The old king rises again and again, but each time slower. The night is ending. So is he. And then, silence. The brothers are gone. Scattered, wounded, defeated. By morning, the new kings stand at the ridge, just as their predecessors once did. The lionesses watch from below, their eyes unreadable. The cubs, the children of the fallen coalition, are still hidden, but not for long. The sun rises red once more. The cycle repeats. Dawn does not wait for grief. The sun spills across the savannah with no regard for the lives lost in the darkness. Its golden fingers stretch across the broken battlefield, over scattered tufts of mane, claw marks etched into the earth, and the quiet, crumpled shapes of lions who gave everything. The dust has not yet settled, but a new order has begun. The three rogues, now kings, move through their conquered land with a deliberate rhythm. Not rushed, not arrogant. Every step is measured, soaked in instinct and consequence. They do not roar, not yet. This is not celebration. This is consolidation. Victory is only the beginning. From a vantage of dead acacia, they observe their new dominion. The wind carries the scent of lionesses and cubs, the legacy of their rivals. The eldest rogue, marked with a deep gash across his shoulder, locks eyes with the horizon. He knows what must come next. In the animal kingdom, mercy has no lineage. Below the ridge, the lionesses stir. They move like shadows, silent, tense, protective. The cubs have been hidden deep in the labyrinth of thorn thickets, away from the blood-washed trails. Their mothers flank them closely, flaring their nostrils, ears flicking, every sense sharpened like bone daggers. The air is thick with dread. The lionesses have seen this before. Infanticide is not evil. It is a survival tactic. When new males take over, they destroy the bloodline of the past. Cubs that are not theirs are threats, both to dominance and the lioness's fertility. With the old blood purged, the females return to estrus. The pride resets. Time restarts. The rogues approach. The leader, younger but scarred with hard-earned experience, moves at the front. His breath is steady, his eyes almost tranquil, not cruel, just cold. He is not here to punish. He is here to erase. The lionesses form a barricade. They position themselves not as wives, but as warriors. Their bodies arch, fangs bared, tails lashing. They know they cannot stop what is coming, but they will not give up their young without resistance. And then, a single cry, not a roar, a cub's cry. Too loud, too soon. It echoes through the brush like a spark in dry grass. The leader turns his head. He moves toward the sound. The lionesses lunge. The explosion is fierce, primal. Teeth clash against teeth. A mother sinks her canines into the flank of the male, holding with all her might. Another rakes his shoulder. A third circles behind, swiping, with precision honed by years of hunting. But he does not flinch. He does not roar. He retaliates with brutal efficiency, tossing one lioness aside like dry thatch. Another he pins, snarling but not biting, a warning. A third he allows to escape. He has no quarrel with them, only with what they protect. The cub is found. Small, barely weaned, He stares up with wide, innocent eyes, a face that holds no memory of war, no understanding of dominance. He chirps again, not knowing this sound is his death sentence, and then silence. What happens next is swift. The cub is gone. Nature does not mourn, but the land remembers. In the hours that follow, the new kings move through the pride's territory like ghosts of judgment. One by one they find the cubs. Some are spared. Those who flee, those hidden in hollows too deep for a paw to reach. Others become part of the soil, their scent fading under blood and dust. By sundown, the lionesses lie quiet beneath a crimson sky, not submissive, not defeated, waiting for the next cycle to begin. The rogues, now rulers, claim the ridge as their throne. They mark it with scent and claw. They sleep there together, side by side. The brotherhood forged in exile has now birthed a dynasty, but peace is a fleeting thing. One lion, the youngest of the new kings, wakes during the twilight. His ears twitch, his eyes scan the dark. Something lingers in the wind. Far to the east, just beyond the dry riverbed, movement stirs. A shape limping, ragged, covered in old blood and new scars. It is the fourth brother, the one with the limp. He has survived. His walk is slow, each step a monument of pain. His left paw drags, leaving a trail behind him like a serpent in the dirt. But his eyes blaze with fury, not blind rage, the focused wrath of a king robbed of his kingdom. He doesn't approach the ridge. Not yet. He circles, watching, learning. He sees the lionesses, sees their silence, sees the cubs that are no more, the memories of his own blood, his lineage torn from the earth. He does not roar, but deep within him, a vow is forged. This is not over. He vanishes into the thornveld like a spirit of vengeance. And somewhere, deeper still in the savannah, a familiar sound rises, low, hoarse, tired but undeniable. A roar. It's the eldest brother, also alive, also watching, also waiting. The wheel continues to turn. The wind no longer carries the scent of rebellion. For weeks the savannah has lain silent under the rule of the new kings, 3 rogue lions who rose from nothing and claimed everything. Their roars now echo through the thorny lowlands and across dried floodplains like thunderhead warnings. Every dawn begins with dominance. Every dusk ends in silence. But the throne is not made of gold. It is built on the bones of the fallen. The lionesses have changed. Where once they moved with the confident elegance of queens, now they slink with caution. Each step is measured, each glance backward. The scars of takeover are still raw. The memories of cubs lost still linger in the tall grass where laughter once echoed. Yet survival does not wait for grief. The lionesses adapt. Their loyalty is not to legacy. It is to the pride itself. And, so slowly, they begin to submit to the new regime. The scent of estrus returns. Hormones shift. Nature signals what it always does in times of transition. Continue. The males accept the changes with silent authority. They do not seduce. They command. When one lioness begins to show signs of readiness, the dominant male, a brute of muscle and experience, isolates her. The courtship is short, aggressive, primal. No tenderness, just instinct. He mates with her again and again over the course of 3 brutal days. Her snarls turn from protest to endurance. She does not love him. She obeys biology. Elsewhere, the second male patrols the fringes. His role is protection, but also warning. Hyenas lurk on the edge of every reign, waiting for weakness. He marks bushes, urinates on termite mounds, scratches bark. Every sign is a message. This land is taken. The third brother, the youngest, leanest, with amber eyes that always seem lost in thought, stays near the lionesses. He watches them not with hunger but something more, curiosity perhaps, or doubt. He is the only one who sometimes stares at the cub graves. He does not speak of the past. Lions do not mourn aloud, but he remembers. Across the plains, the days grow hotter. The rains have not come, the land cracks open in great lines of thirst. Wildebeest carcasses begin to dot the horizon, not from predators but from exhaustion. Even scavengers grow lean, and it is in this drought that the challenges begin, not from outside, but from within. The lionesses grow restless. The pride must eat. And yet the hunts yield less and less. A zebra carcass lasts less than a day. A lone buffalo is too dangerous with cubs absent. The males take the largest shares. The females tolerate it, for now. But resentment simmers beneath the surface. The drought tests everything: muscle, loyalty, patience. One morning a lioness breaks rank. She returns late from a solo hunt, dragging a small impala fawn in her jaws. She does not call to the males. She takes it straight to the elder lioness, the matriarch, who, though not officially in power, commands the deepest respect. The fawn is barely enough for two. The young male spots her. He approaches. But the lioness steps forward, not aggressively but firmly. She growls a warning. The food is not his. Not this time. He pauses. Something inside him recognizes the moment. He could lunge. He could assert himself. But he doesn't. He turns and walks away. The other males would not have hesitated. That night, the winds shift. It brings not rain but scent. Two scents. One is familiar, the limping brother, exiled but alive, circling the edges of the territory like a ghost that refuses to fade. The other is worse. New lions. Foreign, unrelated. Young, bold. Their scent is laced with arrogance and testosterone. They do not skirt the borders. They stride along the main trails, marking as they go. They are not warning. They are declaring. Another challenge is rising. But first, the past must return. At dawn, the limp-footed brother appears near the eastern ridge. He does not sneak. He walks, slow but steady, head high, mane ragged but eyes fierce. The patrolling male spots him. There is a moment, long, unblinking. Recognition. He does not roar. He charges. The earth trembles beneath his fury. The limping lion holds his ground. When the collision comes, it is less a battle than a reckoning. The exiled brother is no match in strength, but he fights like a lion with nothing left to lose. They tumble in dust, blood spraying, claws ripping. The dominant male arrives. He sees the chaos and joins without hesitation. Now it is 2 against 1. But even wounded, the limping lion does not retreat. He bites deep into the second male's foreleg. A lucky strike. The lion screams. He staggers back. The moment allows the exile to escape. Barely. He limps into the thickets, vanishing. Like a curse swallowed by shadow, but the damage is done. The second male, the patrol, is wounded, not fatally, but deeply. And weakness in this land is blood in the water. The foreign lions have been watching. 2 of them, young, muscular, unscarred. Brothers, likely. Not rogues, not yet kings, but hungry. The scent of challenge drives them forward. They cross the boundary line under moonlight. They move like shadows with muscle. The lionesses sense them before the males do. They awaken one by one, lifting their heads to the wind. Their eyes narrow. They gather the cubs and the new cubs, weeks old now, and herd them toward the inner brush. The matriarch stays behind, low to the ground, watching. The foreign lions do not roar, but they walk like they already belong. The throne is never truly won. It is borrowed until someone stronger comes to collect. Dawn breaks with a silence that feels unnatural. The acacia shadows stretch long like claws across the land. Vultures perch on skeletal branches, not moving, as though anticipating something beyond flesh. The foreign lions are no longer distant. They are here. They do not sneak. They patrol. Their chests are full with the scent of confidence. Their strides echo an unspoken threat. One is larger, darker maned, his eyes constantly scanning for signs of weakness. The other, slightly smaller, watches the lionesses, too young to be reckless, too hungry to be patient. From the high ridge, the dominant trio watches. They do not move. Not yet. They stand atop the termite mound, the lion equivalent of a royal dais, as if daring the intruders to challenge them beneath the rising sun. This is not posturing. This is war protocol. The wounded brother lies low in the grass nearby. His foreleg is stiff, his face swollen from the fight with the exile. His pride is intact, but his body is betraying him. He licks the wound quietly. He knows the others are watching. He knows what a limp means in times like this. He cannot afford to be seen as a burden. The youngest of the dominant trio, the thoughtful one, the one who once stared at the cub graves, stands closest to him. He does not speak, but their eyes meet. There is something unspoken there, solidarity, or perhaps in farewell. By midday, the foreign brothers make their move. They enter the heart of the pride's territory, directly and without hesitation. They roar, not a challenge, a declaration. Their voices are unfamiliar but powerful. The lionesses freeze. The cubs vanish into cover. Even the hyenas go silent. The dominant male answers with thunder. His roar begins low, like the rumble of a distant storm, and rises into a guttural crescendo that shakes the air. It is not just a sound. It is a message. We are still here. We are still strong. Come and find out. The young foreign lions do not flee. Instead, they begin circling. They skirt the edge of the main clearing, watching, probing. Their golden eyes scanning the movements of the pride. They do not attack. They wait. They are testing something deeper than muscle. They are testing resolve. That night, it rains. Not much, just a drizzle, but enough to make the dust settle and the scent trails, smudge. The Savannah drinks with desperation. Frogs emerge from cracked mud. Insects pulse in a short-lived frenzy of rebirth. But for the lions, the water means something else. A challenge under the veil of rain is harder to detect, and that's exactly when the foreign brothers strike. They come in fast, together, one toward the dominant male, the other toward the injured patrol lion. The sound is chaos, roars, snarls, grass ripping, claws scraping against soil. The eldest of the dominant trio meets his challenger head-on. Their bodies collide like tectonic plates. Teeth sink into flesh. Dust explodes around them. But it is the second fight that decides the fate of the throne. The wounded brother tries to rise, but the pain is too sharp. He stumbles. The foreign lion doesn't hesitate. He leaps, pins, bites. The dominant lion's roars turn to wheezes. He struggles, but the weight is too much. Blood seeps into the dirt. The younger of the trio sees it, and for a moment everything slows. He could run. He could survive. But something in him snaps. The sight of his brother, bleeding and broken beneath a foreign invader, ignites a fire he didn't know he had. He charges. With every muscle, every ounce of rage and sorrow and memory of the pride they built, he attacks. The intruder is taken off guard. They tumble, clawing, biting. The younger lion fights like a rogue reborn. He doesn't fight for dominance. He fights for family. The larger lion turns. Now it's 3 in battle. 1 injured, 1 desperate, 1 ambitious. The rain pours harder now. The savannah becomes a blurred painting of motion and noise. Then, silence. A scream, a sharp crack, and the darkness swallows it all. When the sun rises again, the world is changed. The dominant male lies bleeding but alive. His once pristine mane is torn. His shoulder hangs at an odd angle. He breathes, but every inhale is a struggle. The injured brother, the patrol lion, is gone. His body was dragged by hyenas before the pride could reach him, but the young one, the thinker, survived. Barely. His eye is swollen shut. His chest bears deep claw wounds, but he stands. The foreign brothers, gone, driven off, humiliated, but not dead. They will return. They always do. But for now, the pride still stands, weakened, fractured, but intact. In the days that follow, the lionesses become the spine of the group. They lead the hunts. They guard the cubs. They no longer look to the males for direction, only protection when needed. The matriarch steps forward again. She does not roar. She does not fight, but her movements shift the mood of the pride like a drumbeat beneath the surface. She guides the younger lionesses. She watches the wounded with patience. And when the young surviving male, the thinker, the fighter, stumbles, she is the one who brings him water. A silent gesture, a passing of something sacred. Across the plains, the scent of blood fades into memory.